So it's funny you say that because I've had this conversation with a few surrogates, and my clinic not once had this conversation with me. It was my OB who had this conversation with me at 32 weeks. And by that point, it was too late. I was pregnant. And I became really scared. And honestly, when the situation was approached, it was so random. And I spoke to the IPs one night, and then the next morning I was scheduling like a saline ultrasound. And so it happened all so quick. And I didn't really know any of the risks. I really didn't do any of the research because for me it was, I have very uneventful, easy pregnancies, never had like gestational diabetes, like none of the risk things. And so I was like, sure, I'll have a baby for someone else. And I really, truly did not know all the risks. Thankfully for us, our infertility comes from, my husband, which is like shocking as can be, but I knew that could have been a possibility, which that is why that was our first line of attack. Like, it's me the problem because of the surrogacy. Knowing what I know now, I do think surrogacy is very beautiful. I did not have a great experience with my IPs. So I would not do it again for that reason. And also, there are so many risks that people don't really take into consideration because you don't think it's ever going to happen to you. But I did have someone in the prior transfer group who passed away, and she left behind 2 young kids. And like 3 or 4 in my transfer group that had full-blown hysterectomies and like hemorrhaged and just super scary like coding situations. And I can't fathom putting myself at risk again, doing that for someone else again, and leaving my kids without a mom. Like, there is nothing in the world that is going to make that worth it for me. I did it once, and I feel so thankful that everything went well, but I just wouldn't do it again. And it scares me, every pregnancy you have, and the more pregnancies you have, the more risks you open yourself up to. So I just don't think I would be able to do that again. But yeah, I definitely did not know the risks. And part of my reason coming and tagging, former surrogate and all that stuff is to make those newly surrogate or wanting to be a surrogate people aware that there definitely are risks. And I was never informed, unfortunately. And honestly, it was probably my fault too, because I did not do enough research.